Alright, let's continue the story and find that alpaca. Oh, don't mind us, we're just here to collect a alpaca saddle. Something I can do for you? We come for a bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? And how would you be paying for it? Well, with this basket of fine alpaca wool, of course. Here you go. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this wouldn't barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I can actually want. Well, so much for that. Oh, and what might that be? Mesical. I like a nice cup at end's day while I expect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff, and you got yourself a deal. Well, this bodes well for us, Third Promise. Such mesical can be hardly only 5 pels in the thousands of column. Hold on. Did you say Third Promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle's gonna cost a jug of premium mesical, aged 3 years at least. Oh, that's just great. Thanks for mentioning the Third Promise. Now that our deal has completely changed from a regular mesical to a premium mesical that's aged for 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at a 10,000 pound or more. Why would you have doubled the price? Gee, I wonder why. Maybe because the Third Promise decided to make a deal and then her identity got leaked out by a particular person with us. Because I must support the man's ambition who sees my business prosper. Eorzea will go to war and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, Third Promise, but I won't sell you my craft just for anything less than my asking price. Until you decide to change it. Well, so much for getting the easy transaction. Now we need to look for something else. Well, can't say I blame him. I am known for a champion of peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those of our grandparents' generations remember the dark days, when the clans were at war. Many this Pelu pray for your victory, Wuk Lamat. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from those horrors and take the peace we have now enjoyed for granted. Well, still the others are still unsatisfied with the quiet prosperity and crave for the future that the Second Promise envisioned. They are obsessed with the innovations, like the dirigible for one instance, that made trade swift and easy. Then you have those of the Hakvili, convinced that the First Promise's plan for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. But what about you, mablu? Aren't you one of the younger generations? At least a year or two younger than me, I say. Oh, I was raised on the older tales. I have memorized accounts of what it was like when Yok Ho ruled our village. That's why I offer to help. I want you to become the Dawnservant, to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I better make sure I win the contest. And hopefully she does. But the type of MSQ the saddler wants is so very expensive to get on the market. Well, we weren't expecting to need 10,000 pallets from the outset. Nothing's changed, we just need to go on with it. Well, I may not have a head for trade, or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with a piece of Tural on the line. Then near will we will make you the Dawnservant. Aiming for that 10,000 pound job right away will only bring us failure and frustration. So, let's try by exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who will support your bid for the throne, for instance. Someone that supports her bid for the throne, but who would be asked for? Wait a minute, what about that we just met before entering the village? He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision, and he went here to buy wool. And so happens, we have wool here to trade. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to the road where we first met him. Yeah, let's do just that, and hopefully we can trade this alpaca wool to him for something even more valuable. Okay, it's back there. Bum 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 bum. I need to fight some of these alpacas. I wonder what kind of battle team is going on in this area. Well, this is the spot. After Rutlock talked to us, he walked off to the south. Well, then he probably is going to Ivico Inn. Most visitors of Welpeloco end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? And let's do just that. Alright, let's head over to the inn. Don't mind me, Monsipus. Don't bother me at all. Okay, I'll just go over here. This is the entrance. Alright, here's the inn area. Hey, Eorzea, can I have that basket? Sure, here we go. Here's the wool. Thanks. Now let's see if I can turn a profit. Bowclaw, I'm glad I found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise? You wish to do business with me? Might I ask, what is this all about? Well, long story short, we need to trade this alpaca wool for what you have, and eventually that item will give us a higher trade value to get us a alpaca leather straps. I see. So the goal is to turn this basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. Heck yeah! Peace in Tural is what allows me to cross freely to these lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would have heard that one pledge and preserve that peace would win the throne. Thus, I do humbly offer you this wool poncho as a token that I pray your contributes to your victory. Hell yeah, we got our first trade done. Oh, that's a fine craftsmanship. A garment like that will easily fetch 5 pells in the hundreds of column. That's very generous, Brocklock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. Think nothing of it. I have every faith in you. third promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. No, I would say thank you for trading out my Apocalypse for a poncho. I can't believe that you quadruple your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Ah, it's only because the Taurians remembered our weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true, third promise. The connections you build with the people are vital. This one and most fundamental precepts of trading, one which you are instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Now, let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Artorias, you can take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Annabelle would never let me hear the end of it. All set. Our next deal is waiting to be found. Excellent trade! Oh wow, they actually give a small icon. Success! You can trade 100 pel basket of alpaca wool for 500 pel wool poncho. I like the attention to detail right there. Oops, wrong button. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. A individual is urgent needs a good poncho will offer even more of our merchant supply looking to stock his shelves. Well, that does make sense, but how do we even find someone that need a poncho in the first place? They aren't wearing one. They have a fabulous style, sense of style. Most likely they aren't wearing one, so that could be a good candidate for a poncho. Well, that is an obvious answer, isn't it? We need to look for a person without a poncho, and hope they are eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. Need to find a demand for our supply. So, where do we begin our search for a prospective buyer in the first place? Well, there are a number of places we should be doing worse than staring right here in this inn. There might be a interested traveler nearby that will be interested in our poncho. Let me see. I don't know. What about that guy to the far right? He seems like a prime candidate. Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Moja, hardly wearing anything to begin with. Well, those are probably Landsguard or Sellsword Moja, who soldiers for a living prefer not to wear much of the wisp. It hampers their movement and such. So even if they are bare shoulders, Moja carrying arms can be struck off the list. Sure, I can do that, but are you certain, Wuk Lamat? Let's see. Who do I want to find? Discontented Hobujo, Sweaty Dwopo, Resting Hobujo, Hard-bitten Onobigo. Well, he's wearing a poncho, so I'm not gonna pick him. He's very sweaty, so I don't think he might want a poncho. How about a hard-bitten Hobigo? I'm not sure about this guy, though. That's a Landsguard, probably dropping the inn to take a break between patrols. Oh, we're just gonna be talking to each one of them? Okay. I guess I'll just go to the resting Hobigo next. This one's already well dressed. An Ashian or peddler, perhaps. Come to rest here after visiting Wapokolo. Like Broadlock, would be my guess. Alright, next. That Mahjong is armed. Could be a Dropo carrier? I've seen them flying their wyverns, and those types aren't fond for expensive clothing either. So none of these two for sure. Maybe him? Maybe? But discontented Hobbyjo maybe. Let me see. No coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh, you might have a winner now. Ho there, friend! You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me! I was attacked by beasts on the way here, and barely escaped with my skills intact. My coat was not so lucky, unfortunately. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tural, and I was dressed quite smartly, all the better show the Peru. I'm a man who takes pride in his experience, and therefore his work as well. But now look at me! Well, sir, this is your lucky day. What a splendid poncho! This would be perfect as a replacement for the coat I lost. Well, we'd be willing to part with it if you would like to make a trade for one of your fine tools, perhaps. What about this hatchet? I just crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. The blade looks sharp and half well made. If I value 1 pill in the thousands of column. Oh, for 500 to 1,000? We have a deal, good sir. Wonderful! A fine garment such as this should put me in even footing with a Palu merchant. Like the MPO's owner of a Middlepool mate garden for one. Her fills hands with hatchets to harness the mate, and I thought to impress her with the tools I sold you. No matter. I have the outer wares to sell. Glad I have met you. Did you hear that? We found our next buyer! The Middle Mate Garden. We go. Well, yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. These ones will be the calm type, right? Well, hopefully, but knowing our luck, probably not. Excellent trade, 500 pel to 1,000 pel. Success! You have traded 500 pel wood poncho for a 1,000 pel hatchet. Thank you guys for watching this recording session on Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. Main MSQ for 7.0 and onwards. If you have any comments, you can put them down below the video as well. And if you like this video, please click the like button, it is very much appreciated. And if you're curious about future content, you can check out my YouTube channel. If you like the content that's been uploaded there, you can probably subscribe. If not, that is alright. But if you're going to, don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified for future videos in the near future. And as always, I have 3 projects which are continuing on my channel, which are Fantasy XIV Raid, Trial, MSQ, Rockets, Dropkits, Minions, Mounts, or anything related to Fantasy XIV. Secondly will be my 2 gachas, which are Freight Grand or NA and Honkai Sorrow. And for both of them will be the Lost Belt missions, the trail-based continuance, the companion quests, and of course the future banners that will be coming for my 2 gachas respectively. And lastly, to say the least, Persona 5. And with that, this has been Raven Sleep 45. Take care, stay safe, and have a pleasant Final Fantasy XIV day.